Unfortunately, despite the Riddler reference, Batman won't be showing up.
Got the layout cracks?
Of course. It shouldn't be too tough.
And no, James Bond won't be showing up to fight Jaws either. They won't even meet for another 12 years. No, those three from top to bottom are Cracks, Fish, and Grundy. And they don't realize someone is listening to their conversation.
You see that balcony?
Yeah, I see the balcony.
That's the place, right across the street from the airport. You're gonna take a fiddle lesson.
I'm gonna take a fiddle
It'll
lesson.
look like you're gonna take a fiddle lesson, only you ain't gonna take a fiddle lesson. You're gonna be at the balcony with a fiddle, only it ain't gonna be a fiddle, it's gonna be a high-powered rifle. Right?
Right.
Now, you got one shot. You're gonna have to plug Romano between the eyes before he finishes his speech. Dig?
They're professional killers, except when the target is a high official, in this case the president of some place called Costa Rica, we call them assassins. It sounds so much more elegant than murderers. And yes, I know Costa Rica means rich cup. I just reports them, I doesn't explains them. But now that Mom knows about the plot, that means Dave has to do something. He's at the airport because Barbara and the kids are going to visit her mother for the weekend, so it's just the two of them.
Those three men by that big car. They're going to kill the president of Costa Rica.
What?
Call the police, the FBI, the CIA, the DAR, the SPCA, the NAACP.
Don't forget the BSA, the RCA, the FAA, the FHA, the NBA, and the NCAA.
Mom.
And take the license number.
Mom.
Don't let them see you.
Mom, what are you babbling about?
I overheard them plotting to kill the president of Costa Rica.
One time in his life, Dave has the good sense to tell her no and drive away.
Come on, Mom, cut it out.
Not until you call the police.
They won't believe me.
They'll believe.
How can they believe if I don't believe?
Oh, how do you like that? A son doesn't believe his own mother.
Okay, Mom, I'll call the police. I'll call them.
He needs to ask her why they would believe him, especially when the cop greets him like this.
Sergeant, the reason you know something? Every time those Latin American bigwigs come to this country, every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks he's going to get knocked off. Do you know that I got 10 calls this morning?
It's your job, dude. Babbling in people's faces when they call you for something isn't. Shut up and listen. No, he'll go on for another full minute, whereupon Dave really doesn't want to tell him why he called, assuming he can get a word in edgewise, which isn't likely. He makes up some excuse and sends Mighty Mouth on his way.
It is with goodwill and high hopes for a closer integrated relationships between my country and United States that I have come here to visit you, to speak with you, to learn about you.
He knows the police won't listen to him. Mom says all you can do is drive over to the hotel and warn him in person. He likes Americans, so he'll listen to you. Dave, bear in mind she also said the police would believe you. Might want to pause and think for a moment.
Oh, Mr. President. Excuse me, Mr. President, I have to talk to you. It's very important. There's been a threat on the...
Should have paused and thunk for a moment. Guess who he's in there with?
There's going to be an attempt on President Romano's life.
Well, how do you know that?
My mother told me.
Well, your mother? Well, where is she? I want to talk to her.
Well, she's unavailable.
Now, see, if he had paused and given this some thought, he might have figured out that it's better to say, I overheard a conversation, and leave his unavailable, which is to say four-wheeled, mother out of it.
Unavailable? Yeah, but that's not the point, officer.
Well, what is the point?
They're going to knock off Romano.
Oh, which information you got from this unavailable mother?
Yeah.
Did she tell you who's going to do it? With the stars, astrology, Aquarius, Schmarius, with the Uranus?
No.
Well, then who'd she tell you is going to do it?
A giant and a little midget and a Humphrey Bogart type.
Never mind.
We can't forget it. You say you saw those three characters in the hotel?
Yeah, but what am I going to do about it?
Get to Romano and warn him.
I'll call him on the phone, okay?
It is not okay, David. The man's life is in danger. Go there in person.
No.
Then if you don't, I will. Ole!
Come on. Okay, Mom, I'll go.
That's a good boy.
I really do not like her, and things like that do nothing to change my opinion of her. She treats him like he's still Randy's age and talks to him like I talk to my new puppy. She's manipulative, rude, and usually wrong. And as we saw, if Dave tells her no, she throws a tantrum until he gives in. She says she came back to help him, but she and I have different definitions of help. He actually gets in and warns the president about the plot.
Thank you, young man. But I have no fear. I have just employed the best bodyguards in the country. They were especially trained in Chicago, Illinois. They will guard my life. Guardia.
I foresee them doing a less than stellar job of protecting you. Now there's really nothing Dave can do. Mom keeps trying to push, but he's had enough humiliation for one day.
David was right. I'm swearing off this antifreeze. Now I'm seeing leprechaun.
This leprechaun hangs out with a giant and a Humphrey Bogart type. He reports that Dave knows everything about their plot. But how'd he find out?
He was told.
Who told him?
The car.
The car? Told him?
Yeah, the car knows everything about me and the fiddle, and it ain't a fiddle.
Grundy, how did the car find out?
She was listening.
She?
Yeah, the car's the guy's old lady. It's his mother.
Aha! Just as they suspected. What they suspect is that Grundy's brain went on vacation and forgot to take the rest of him along.
One thing is for sure. That citizen is gonna louse us up. Let's take him.
Here he comes.
Please, Davy, don't come out.
Wait a minute. I'm a lawyer. You got a good case.
Sorry, Mommy.
The chase is on.
Why did I have to come back as a 1928 porter? Right now, I'd settle for being an Edsel.
Remember the tortoise and the hare?
I'll tell you, you guys are never going to get away with this.
Why did you have to come into my life? You're making everything so sticky. And poor little Grundy, did you see that? Well, he's all shook up. You're murdered a car. He made it look so easy. That George Raft.
These are the jokes, folks. You say you want more? Well, here you go.
Now, with a little bit of luck, I might be able to... Well, look who's coming.
Let's see. Conflict in progress. Protagonist on scene. Antagonist appears. Protagonist, a bright red car from a different era running around without a driver and following the antagonist, but despite the obvious presence of a sentient automobile, the antagonist doesn't notice. Yes, I believe we have achieved joke.
What's the matter?
The talking car. It followed us. He's gonna snitch on us.
Ah, cut it out, will you? For crying out loud. Now get up there and get your job done.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, that Grundy, he's beautiful.
Hey, if this doesn't work, you can put him on your shoulder, go to Thunderdome, and call yourselves Master Blaster.
Hey, Cracks, Cracks, look for me. No, I'm not there. Look for me. Yeah, now keep going, keep going. A little further. Now hold it.
Now shinny up the wall. What? Oh, if you can't do that, you'll never find me.
Who are you?
The car right in front of your nose.
Ha ha, I'm no Grundy. You can't fool me.
What did you do with my son?
Ha ha, son.
Speak up or I'll...
He's not inclined to talk, mostly because he still can't believe this is real.
Now, you don't talk, and I don't hear you, and you're nobody's mother.
You wanna bet?
Hey, watch it. That's my leg you're pushing on.
That's not what we mean when we talk about getting a leg up on the competition. With enough pressure, he gives up the address. Either he drove really slow or she had a strong wind behind her.
The car, it talks. I saw it. Grundy was right.
That's all right. That's
But
all
it
right.
talks.
Take it easy.
It fights.
Now,
Stop
Stop it! Stop it! I'm hitting you for your own good. Now stop it! There's no such a thing as a talking car. Easy, easy.
He makes it all the way to Mom. They need to head for the airport. It's a good thing drivers in LA are used to seeing most anything, including a guy who's trussed up like Houdini riding in a car that's driving itself.
Cars don't talk.
Of course they don't talk. All right, now relax and tell me from the beginning exactly what happened. And all right.
Grundy was right.
Right.
The car talked.
Of course he was right. The car talks. Of
The
course.
car is this creep's mother.
Of course it is.
The creep that's sitting right in this chair.
The creep.
Remember, they're getting paid big money to do this. The race is on. Grundy is at the airport preparing his not really a fiddle, while Cracks and Fish are trying to find Mom and Dave. Mom is dashing to the airport at a mind-numbing 12 miles an hour.
There's the limousine in back.
Yeah, I can see it in my rearview mirror. Shades of Elliot Ness.
They're shooting.
Oh, got me in the left fender.
It's not serious, it's just a sheet metal wound.
Hey, I never shot an old lady before, and I'm not gonna start now.
Will you stop with that old lady business? It's only a car. Now shoot those tires, please.
Look, she's a nice old lady. She could have hurt me, and she didn't.
I'm telling you, it's a car. Now get that gun and shoot.
Look, she's somebody's mother.
What are you doing?
He has a point about her not hurting him. She could have put him in a wheelchair for life. I'm sad to say I've seen what happens when a person's legs get sandwiched between a moving car bumper and a non-moving object. He's more indebted to her than even he realizes. President Romano is alive, but Grundy has a bead on him and is about to pull the trigger.
It's a far, far better thing I do to you. Good luck, Davy.
Dave is a hero. It's all over the paper. Mom was a little bummed out that they didn't even mention her. I'm not sure why she thinks they should, but even so, she'd like a little credit.
Mama gave me this medal, but I think it really belongs to you.
No, Davy, you deserve it.
You deserve it, Mom.
You deserve it.
You deserve it. Mama, I said you deserve it.
Yeah, you're right, son.
Yeah.
He should know better than to try and play that game with her. He loses every time. And besides, he's right. She did the work while he was trussed up like a calf at a rodeo. Too bad they can't let anybody else know it.
My gosh, this place looks like a disaster area. What happened to you?
I fell out of the car.
On your head?
Well, I was tied up at the time.
Dave, be serious. What really happened?
Honey, come here. Come here. Sit down, I'll tell you all about it.
She doesn't believe a word of it.
Now, what really happened?
I cut myself shaving.
Well, that makes sense.
Right.
Every so often he has to shave his forehead, you see. Yeah, there were a few moments when the shaving got so intense it made the front page.